All right, this video is for the house managers. This could be anybody in leadership. I don't know. Help yourself to any information you want if you want this. This is going to be kind of brutal. I've had a couple of house managers now, several assistant managers. There's these recurring issues. They're what I would consider good problems because it is correlated with recovery, with financial recovery, which is, part of the Simplify program. There's, power issues that come up, some things we need to work on. There's financial issues. There's also representation of the program and of the house. So, as far as the power goes, we have policies, we have procedures, we have rules. Depending on the personality type, we work through the best way to lead together. There's a lot of great principles in the Tao. There's other books and references you can get. You can go out there and just learn what effective leadership is. There's things that I like, things I don't like. But at the end of the day, even with rules and principles and policies, procedures and framework, there has to be a gut feel. You need to get a consensus, and you need to be liked. You need to be respected, but that comes with the role. You're a decision maker. We're decision makers. So there has to be a level of respect there. But you can't, all it takes is like just one time where you're a jerk or mean or don't listen or do something and put the wrong flavor in someone's mouth. And you have to be delicate and I think that kind of comes over time. Effective leadership, I've put it to principles with parenting, with my kids. I get the best results by explaining to them why we're doing something and asking them, what do you guys think? What's the best route? So, approaching problems together and helping them understand where my head's at as the leader, the stresses I feel, the concerns I have, and getting their input, and then we all collectively come to a decision and move forward together with it. That way you don't get a mutiny on board, a mutiny on the ship. I've lost control of the house before with a new manager where everybody was against the guy, and I had to go and kind of bring everyone back together and help work on some of these principles, which are now being effectively utilized and leveraged in the home, and it's a much better culture now. There's some, minor other adjustments, but these, again, good problems. So this little bit of instant power thing, you got to be careful with it. You can't become a jerk. You can't become a stickler. Oh, well, that's the rule and that's that. There's tons of homes like that are just no flexibility. Talk about flexibility a lot. Trees that are alive are flexible. You can see a tree behind me, right? It's moving because it's alive. So when we're alive, we should be flexible. Dead trees are stiff and fragile, and they're sticklers. They break that. So we're alive. We want to have a living, breathing culture and a healthy environment. So we can go into more details on that. The other issue that comes up is the money. You are compensated financially for assistant manager or manager, and that is based on the health of the home financially. There has to be, there has to be a business element to this. If we don't pay the bills, then, the whole thing falls apart. So, I will do my part and roll as much, if not every single bit of the profits into betterment of the home. That's why I do this. I want to have the best sober living environment available in the world, and I invest in that. I've personally invested. I can tell you, there's no, for me, I look at this as a tithe, as a service commitment, as my way to sponsor and my step 12, it's a way to help people, and it's a valuable, it's a sacred endeavor to me. And when I see guys come in, get a little bit of money in their pocket, and start, I would almost use the word abusing it. Financial recovery is an important element to, it's a principle of Simplify. The FI is financial recovery. So what part of financial recovery is go out and buy a jet ski before you have paid off your debts and before you have a savings? And going out and buying luxury vehicles, or other toys, right? There's a hierarchy of priority. A good, safe, reliable vehicle, a smart purchase, yes. Addressing your debts, repairing your credit, yes. Going out and buying thousands of dollars worth of toys that are unnecessary, that don't benefit the house, and then flaunting it to guys in the house, absolutely not. What part of that helps the house? What part of that is a smart financial decision? So I'm watching these things, when you get the power, when you get the money, these good problems, we work through them. And I can tell you, with the managers I've had and the assistant managers, we always work through it in a healthy way. And, relatively, for the most part. The other thing that I want to address is to wrap up the financial thing, keep in mind the way you are able to be compensated is by a healthy financial culture as well. So your focus as a manager, as an assistant manager, has to be helping me keep beds filled. We don't overpack the house. You keep it nice and comfortable, but we can't afford a bed or two a month that are empty because we just don't have the profit margins. One bed for 1 month, there's all the profit margin that we have for the month. That's any bit of extra bonus that I would like to upgrade the house with or put something towards an activity or otherwise. Gone. So just think it, there's not a lot of wiggle room. You have to keep your head in the game if you're a manager or a house manager. You can't get a little bit of money and then start floating in the clouds, going out and enjoying all your new toys and neglecting the house, because that's how you get your income. That's how you get your financial benefit, your perk. And I don't know what I could or should do about it if you're ignoring that element to it, but we have to maintain a healthy financial culture as well. And that's how you can receive the financial compensation. So keep your head in the game, keep your head in the trenches. And then the other thing is just the perception. Social media, the way you interact with others. I understand, I've been doing this sober thing in the real world for a long time. And there's, certain indulgences that I'll give into on social media. There's causes that I feel are important that I strategically will announce, just knowing that there may be repercussions to me professionally, and I'm accepting of those. I accept those. I think it through for the most part. There's other times where I'll do or say something, I'm like, ooh, maybe I should get rid of that, a little more indulgent than I should have. But I understand you have passions, you want to portray yourself in a certain way and project a certain image, things like that. But remember, you are representing this Sober Living Simplified program. You're representing more than just you. So think about someone besides yourself when you start posting and projecting who you are on social media or otherwise. And if it doesn't help the house as a whole, be respectful of that. You're hurting, it's kind of selfish, man. Those are the biggest glaring things I have with management right now. All right? Thanks.